Nigel, it feels weird to be saying this after a home game, but it's no points for the Stags in a defeat, and to be fair, a deserved defeat. Sutton United bullied us and played us off the park at times.
Yeah, they played very well today, but you can't underestimate how we contributed to that.
Yeah, that first goal, a catalogue of errors.
I didn't see a catalogue, I saw one.
Well, it's a little bit of a 6s and 7s, isn't it? But
no, it's not 6s and 7s. It's one player making a schoolboy error. That's it. And ultimately, that had a massive impact on the result today.
And of course, when you go one goal down against a side like Sutton United, it's always difficult to get back into it.
Well, we found that down there, and that is their strength. That's why we said in the press this week, and we've been saying to the players all week, do not concede, do not go 1-0 down, and mind 2. Otherwise, it would be a very difficult game for us.
And of course, the second goal, which comes almost at the wrong time. So just after sort of half time, it just puts that little bit of a blow into the system again.
Definitely, the goals were poor enough without the timings. To concede early on gave them a massive lift, and then you come out second half and you crowd behind us. Come on, let's build up a bit of head of steam and let's get a bit of momentum. And before you know it, we're 2-0 down and almost out of the game. What
were the Stags lacking today?
A bit of creativity, but it's very difficult to say because when you concede the goal, then that has such an impact on the game. So it could have gone a different way, but we haven't conceded that sort of goal in the run we've had in the last 3 or 4 months. Those sorts of errors haven't been there. They were today and unfortunately cost us. Yeah,
and of course you've got to pick yourselves up again and go for Monday. Before we touch upon that, obviously no Stephen McLaughlin today. What's the latest with him?
Yeah, he's still injured. He came off at Scunthorpe last week with a hamstring sort of hip problem. Obviously hasn't trained or anything like that. We'll see how he is Sunday, but I would think he's still a doubt for Monday.
Yeah, Jamie Murphy came back onto the bench today, but probably a little bit too far away for him today.
Yeah, well, we've got spaces on the bench, so we didn't want to risk him. He's done half a training session since feeling his hamstring, so he might be okay for Monday as well. We'll see.
Yeah, and of course no Rhys Oates as well. What's the latest with Rhys? Probably Monday too short for him as well.
Probably. We knew these two over the Easter weekend were going to be difficult with the players that we have missing. We'd hope by next Saturday to have certainly George Lapsley and a few more available, and that's why we were desperate not to lose today. But it's probably a bit early for him Monday, but he should be back on the grass training this week, which would be good news.
And as much as we've spoken about fixture congestion this season, having that game on Monday is actually a prime time for the players in the dressing room to sort of come back and make a statement.
Yeah, I don't mind that, The disappointment that is in there at the moment is a feeling that we're not used to, having such an incredible run. To have 11 consecutive home wins is staggering, and rightfully broke the record, but to give it away in that manner today, I think that's as disappointing as anything.
Yeah, and of course you've got to pick yourselves up and go to Carlisle on Monday, and they're not an easy side to beat either.
Very, very good since Paul Simpson's gone in, especially. I think they've had a great little run on their own patch. Going to be a difficult one, but it is a great one to bounce back. Looking forward to it.
Stags fans will go home today disappointed naturally, but what do you say to them, because there's still 5 games to go, still a lot of football to be played?
We're still in there. We're in the top 7, so it's still in our own hands. We're 6 points off the 3rd place now with 1 game in hand, so you're then hoping that Port Vale slip up at some point, which they don't look like doing, but we've just got to get as many points as we can, and a point or 3 today would have been a massive help for our cause.
Yeah, it's just a shame that second goal came with about 2 seconds left.
Yeah, we've got a little lucky, bit fortunate with both goals. One's an own goal, one's a deflection, but that's what you get when you're having a shot. Little things today, decision making all over the pitch was sort of not as good as it has been. Ryan Sturt bursts into the box and tucks it away in the bottom corner at Scunthorpe last week. Same position, tries to dink one straight into the goalkeeper's hands. It's just little things like that today. I thought we had a good chance to get back into it with Hawks at the far post at 1-0 when I think we drilled one across and he just couldn't quite get there. It was just everything, a little scramble when Lucas hit the lad on the line and things. Didn't just drop for us, but maybe it didn't deserve to.
You got a little bit of a spark there when George Maris came on.
Yeah, I thought the subs were Quinny's carrying knocks and stuff, and you saw him get a whack. So more important that he's available for Monday. Sturkey wasn't brilliant today, so we've got George on as well. Got Danny another game, and Kieran Wallace I thought did well for the 5-10 minutes he came on for Perchie.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, what's your message to the Stags fans? With 5 to go, they'll be a little bit downhearted, especially looking at the league table when Port Vale opened that 6-point gap. But like you say, still a lot of football to be played.
Still 15 points to play for, and it's one little setback, and it's all about how we deal with it. And that means getting a performance in on Monday and trying to get the 3 points.